I'm Earl Stewart. I welcome you to Earl Stewart on Cars Mystery Shopping Report. Okay, off lease only in West Palm Beach. We're on a used car kick here at our own cars with new car lots empty and waiting times to order a new vehicle, in some cases exceeding a year. Can consumers hope to find a refuge at one of the big used car retailers? We think so. The prices on used cars are ridiculously high now, and that's the market. I don't condemn a used car dealer for selling a used car at an extraordinarily high price because he had to pay an extraordinarily high price to get the car. I blame the dealer for marking him up thousands over MSRP because they're still buying it from the manufacturer at a relatively low price, actual cost. So the used car dealers are doing what they got to do. They got to mark up an already high price. So I guess people that are desperate and they can't wait 6 months up to a year to buy a new car, they're just having to go and be victimized and pay a huge amount of money for a used car. We've had an interesting relationship with this used car mega dealer. We joined forces in a war against junk fees, hidden fees, dealer fees, in ways dealers were advertising. We've defended their business practices. They're the kind of like the Walmart of used car sellers. We've defended off-lease only's business practices of buying damaged vehicles on the cheap and passing along savings to their customers. They're not buying cars that are unsafe in most cases. They're buying cars that are listed by Carfax as having damage, and cars that other dealers pass on, they buy them, but they mark them up just a small amount, typically $1,000 a long time ago. Today, I don't know what they're marking them up, but it's more than that. And they're also paying one hell of a lot more for the car. So they've got a name now, as I said, Walmart. They're the low price spread. How do they reconcile this core identity with the reality that they're facing in today's market? There's no more buying vehicles at the auction on the cheap. They're just expensive as hell. Even the damaged ones are overpriced. We're going to try to answer all these questions with Agent Lightning's investigation. Here's the report. Speaking in the first person, I'm Agent Lightning. I arrived at Off Lease Only late this afternoon, found my way inside. I was greeted by Derek at the front desk. He wanted to know if I had an appointment. I said I didn't. I was there to see a 2021 Camry I found online. Derek said he'd find someone to help me. A minute later, a woman approached and introduced me as Letty. I showed her my phone with the listing for the Camry and a price of $33,999. There was an accident and on the Carfax report, and it said body damage repairs. I didn't mention that to Lexi at that time. Lexi excused herself to get the key to the Camry. She back at 10 minutes and led me outside to where the vehicle awaited. The doors, hood, and trunk were all open, and the engine was running. Now, the car dealer to me said, "Hey, I like that. That's kind of cool. That's we have nothing to hide, Bill. There's the hood. There's the trunk that popped up. We have the doors open. The car's open. Let's check this out carefully." I like that. It's a good sales technique. The vehicle seemed tired. This is I'm speaking as Agent Lightning now. The spare tire in the trunk looked a little beat up, and the front tires looked really worn. There were 36,007 miles on this 2021 Camry, okay? Now here's an old, worn-out car. It wasn't really that old, but it was worn out. I asked Letty if their price was negotiable. She answered no. And that's one of the cool things about Off-Lease Only and CarMax. They have the price. They put their lowest price on every car, and folks, that's the price. That's their best price. And if you don't like it, you go somewhere else and buy a car. And that's the way shopping ought to be done. If you go to Target and you don't like the price, you go to Amazon. You don't like the price, you go to Walmart. You go anywhere you want. You get the best price out the door. And that's what Off Lease Only is now doing. She said that, no, but they had a 5-day, 500-mile return policy for the customer's peace of mind. And I remind you all that a return policy is not a money-back guarantee. It is not a cash-back guarantee. The return policy is, if you don't like this car, bring it back and we'll sell you another one. But you can't negotiate that price either, so you're still paying the same profit. But it's better than no guarantee, so it is a return, not cashback. Then Letty asked me for my driver's license and my insurance card, and left me at the car while she fetched a plate. She was back in 8 minutes and asked me to sign 2 documents which allowed me to drive their car. I pulled up to the gate of the exit of the lot and handed the guard my papers and identification. It was raining hard and I was uncomfortable driving with front tires that were looking pretty slick. I returned to the lot. The guards commented on how short my test drive was. I mentioned the tires and they looked and said, I don't blame you. Back inside, I saw Derek at the front desk. He asked me how I liked the car, and I said I felt uncomfortable because of the tires. He said he'd have somebody take a look at those. Remember, these off-lease-only cars are priced as is, and they don't do anything to the cars normally. I'd be curious what they would do if they found bald tires. But they said they'd look. They didn't say what they would do about it,
right.
But they say, okay, we'll put 2 new tires
Typically,
on.
Off lease, things are as is. Yeah. But we've heard from salespeople that they will fix things like that.
Safety item, yeah.
Yeah, things like that.
That's smart. I believe you're probably right. Letty approached and asked me how I liked it. I said, I want to see the pricing. I followed Letty to her computer and she printed out a worksheet. The sale price was posted $33,999. Now, that was posted, that was advertised, that was online, had it on the smartphone. Here we go. They added a $799 pre-delivery service charge and a $199 electronic filing fee. The $988 in new junk fees are a big jump from their old $199 dealer fee. And so they just changed the name, and then they still are not advertising the car at the price that's out the door that you're supposed to do under Florida law. You're supposed to advertise the car at the price you could buy it, plus government fees only. The junk fees made the actual price $34,997. Now, this 2-year-old 36,000-mile Camry was priced almost $3,000 more than a new, spanking new 2022 with no miles. There you have it. Letty said the $500 tag estimate would be less than the final paperwork, which it probably will be. One thing I noticed, they added the electronic filing fee and the temp tag below the line after they calculated the sales tax, as if there was no sales tax paid on those things like the electronic filing fee. If in fact you are not paying sales tax on your electronic filing fee and your temporary tag fee, then you are in violation of Florida law because you have to pay sales tax on those items. So there we have it. We need to vote on it.
So I'm going to give them I'm making it a D.
Rick?
I'm going to go with the C minus.
As far as my grade is concerned, my grade is a C minus.
I'm going to give them gosh, I hate to do this. I'm going to have to give them a D. There's too many things here that are worrisome, and we hope you can bring it up. We'll shop you again, and we'll go back to off-lease only. Hi, this is Earl Stewart. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to be notified of new videos that we post to our YouTube channel, simply click on the subscribe button and the bell icon in the lower right-hand side of the screen.